Just a quick video. I want you guys to check out this video that I came across on Twitter. This is a good example of what we see transpiring here in the United States. Not just the United States, but the world as a whole. When it comes to the gay agenda, the transgender agenda, and people are being manipulated, being brainwashed, and their conscience is being seared as with a hot iron. Now, I spoke on this in quite a few videos of the past and how humans are being redesigned or manipulated without their consent and without they being aware. And the way things are being presented and forced upon you, a lot of times people think this is just the way things are, you know. And you have young people, children that are being born, their whole consciousness is being redesigned from the womb. As a matter of fact, I believe it's before the womb, because once they're able to manipulate and get inside the woman's mind, then they're able to affect that child even while the child is in the womb, because the child feeds off of the mother's emotions. The child feeds off of the mother's thoughts. You ever hear situations where babies actually died because they felt unloved by the mother, so they aborted themselves even in the womb because they didn't feel enough love coming from the mother. Now, this is a clear example of the transfer of human consciousness. We see this taking place today, even when we talked about Genuine and how Genuine was being bashed for not allowing another man to kiss him on national television. Or when we see cases where men are under attack for just being men, just because of the fact that they made moves on a woman, or maybe complimented a woman, or maybe said something to a woman in a suggestive way. So now they have all of these groups. They're making men feel guilty for being men. This is all a part of the whole in which most human beings can't see. The transfer of human consciousness. Take a look at this video and then feedback and tell me what you think.
Look like. Boom and height was 5'7". Today, he's 5'10". They also merge with machines that can enhance our hearing, eyesight, health, and much more. Right now, there are hearing aids that let you record sounds, generate white noise, and even come with a built-in phone. Another example is a team out of the University of Oregon, which is developing bionic eyes that help the blind to see. But it's not impossible to imagine that this technology could become a tool for seeing what we currently consider invisible, like different energies of light such as infrared and X-rays. There will eventually be a day where prosthetics are no longer just for the disabled. However, it's not just our outside appearance that will change. Our genes will also evolve on microscopic levels to aid our survival. For example, an Oxford-led study discovered a group of HIV-infected children in South Africa living healthy lives. It turns out they have a built-in defense against HIV that prevents the virus from advancing to AIDS. And with gene editing tools like CRISPR, we may eventually control our genes and DNA to the point where we make ourselves immune to disease and even reverse the effects of aging. Another way to jumpstart the human evolution on a different path is to move some of us to Mars. Mars receives 66% less sunlight than Earth, which can mean humans on Mars will evolve larger pupils that can absorb more light in order to see. And since Mars's gravitational pull is only 38% of Earth's, people born on Mars might actually be taller than anyone on Earth. In space, the fluid that separates our vertebrae expands, which led American aerospace engineer Robert Zubrin to suggest that Mars's low gravity could allow the human spine to elongate enough to add a few extra inches to our height. However, not even a move to Mars could spark the biggest change in human evolution that we may have coming in the next 1,000 years: immortality. The path to immortality will likely require humans to download their consciousness into a machine. Right now, scientists in Italy and China are performing head transplants on animals to determine if you can transfer consciousness from one body to another. They claim their next big step is to transplant human.
Look at this.
Whatever happens in the next 1,000 years, whether we merge with machines or become them, one thing is certain. The human race is always changing, and the faster we change and branch out from Earth, the better chance we have of outrunning extinction.
Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? Did you see what they're trying to do now? This is sick. And so all of this is a part of the agenda. They are thinking 1,000 years ahead of time what humans will look like 1,000 years from now. These are your children and your children's children and your children's children. This is what they are planning for your children tomorrow. But you can change that today by choices that you make and allow in your life. So feedback, tell me what you think. Until next time, I'm fearless.